Hey, welcome back to the Japan series. This is Kyoto. Over 3 days, we explored iconic landmarks, hit up some local food spots, and soaked in the unique vibes of this historic city. Tune in. Our first meal of the day, we ended here. A hidden gem with bento boxes and a variety of fish combos. It's a quaint little spot with a chill vibe serving some fresh sashimi. Here's the combos we got: assorted fish on rice and a nigiri set. Everything just melted in our mouths. The tuna had the right balance of fat, the tamago was just perfect, and the shredded egg was a nice layer on top. 8 out of 10. Next on our bucket list was this famous shrine, Fushimi Inari. We heard about the long queues and how people go really early, but we really just couldn't be bothered to wake up. We're sending it anyways, as it's 2 p.m. on a Thursday, hoping all the tour groups cleared out by then. Also, if you can ride a bike, I highly recommend renting one, as it's one of the best ways to see the city in all of its natural essence. Eventually, the path will lead you right to the entrance of the shrine, which also has free bike parking, by the way. Started here first to get our fortune sticks blessed. Then we went into the mix, climbing each step, making our way higher to the peak to get a better view on how cool this place really is. After only about 20 minutes of walking up, the crowd thinned out and gave us pockets of quietness. If you're thinking of going, one tip is just climb a little bit higher and you'll eventually get a quieter spot for pictures. This whole trail is actually quite a decent walk if you're adventurous. We stopped here though, right at the lookout point, before we made our way back down. The path eventually connected to the neighborhood roads, which led us back to the main entrance. We stopped here for a quick snack. Dumplings were hot and fresh, solid 8 out of 10. Then some soft serve, matcha, obviously. Picked up our bikes, then it was time to make our way back to the city core. For dinner, we did a quick Google search and ended up at this place. It's right along the river and instantly had that traditional feel to it. It's a family-run spot with a simple menu consisting of shabu shabu and sukiyaki. Naturally, we got them both. Now, shabu shabu and sukiyaki are both Japanese hot pots, but they're totally different. Shabu shabu is light and savory. Ingredients are swished in broth, then dipped in sauces. While sukiyaki is actually richer. It's simmering meat and veggies in a sweet soy sauce, often dipped in raw egg. The owner actually cooked the first round for us and served it ready to eat. We dipped it in the egg sauce, which complements all the fattiness in the beef. It just melts in your mouth, and to top it all off, we got udon that is then cooked in the remaining broth. Honestly, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Walking off the meat sweats, we wanted a drink and found this sake place. The waiter was kind enough to explain all the different regions and gave us the lowdown on the percentages. All these bottles are handpicked and some go for an insane amount of money. Ending off the night, there's just really one place to go. Round 1. Next day, we woke up at noon, then came here. There will always be a line, but it's one of my favorite ramen spots because the beef has that flame grilled taste to it. 9 out of 10. The pork rice was also fire as well. The rest of the day, we pretty much winged it. I googled nearby events and it just so happened that Murakami had his exhibit at the Kyoto Museum of Art. It's Murakami's first large-scale solo exhibition in Japan in 8 years, featuring around 170 unique works, old and new. Unfortunately, filming wasn't allowed, but pictures were. It was cool to see some of these pieces in person, especially the legendary sunflower. After the exhibit, we ventured to the Heian Shrine, which was next door. Built in 1895, the shrine was constructed to commemorate the 1100th anniversary of Kyoto becoming the capital of Japan. Sheesh. We got blessed with a decent fortune and then checked out one of the largest torii gates in Japan. We made our way back to the city core, getting some green tea mochi along the way, then stumbled upon this massive food hall underground. It has a ton of different vendors to get lost in, including these expensive fruits. Like this perfect melon for 25k yen. For dinner, we managed to walk into this spot. A Japanese barbecue joint serving top quality beef including wagyu. It's a solid 8.5 out of 10. Worth the price. cap off the night, we met up with my buddy to catch a drink. then enjoyed the night cruise on our bikes through the streets back to our hotel. Thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode where we take on Nara to tame some of the infamous bowing deers and stumbled into one of the tastiest omakase I've ever been to. Cheers.